In today's video, I want to talk about one of the most popular indicators on TradingView, which is a very powerful indicator, especially for intraday trading like scalping and day trading. Here we click on indicators, then we click on community scripts, and then we click on top, which is a list of top indicators on TradingView. We're going to see a trading strategy based on this indicator, Squeeze Momentum Indicator, which is written by someone named Lazy Bear. And as you can see, it's on top of the list with highest amount of likes. Alright, after a short explanation about this indicator, I will teach you a trading strategy based on this, which is very accurate and highly profitable. First, let me change the settings of the colors here in the style tab so we can better see it. Here we increase the opacity of colors to 100% so they become more clear on the chart, and we do this for the rest of the colors here. And here also we increase the opacity of black color to 100%. And for the gray color, we change the color to white. And similarly, we increase the opacity to 100% and it's done. All right, now it's much better. This indicator is a derivative from TTM Squeeze, which was developed by John Carter and discussed in his book, Mastering the Trade. I have a complete guide to TTM Squeeze, the newest version of TTM Squeeze. The link is also placed in the description, and I highly recommend you to watch it later because the new version of TTM Squeeze has more features and gives you more information on different degrees of volatility. This indicator is built based on the basic version of TTM Squeeze, and for our strategy that would be perfect. As you can see, we have two components in this indicator. We have this histogram that is moving above and below the center line, and it's the directional component of this indicator. And we have these small white and black crosses in the center, which is the volatility component of this indicator. So this indicator gives us two information about the market: direction of the market and volatility of the market. The volatility component, I mean these small white and black crosses, are based on Bollinger Bands and Keltner channels. When Bollinger Bands go inside the Keltner channels, it shows a very low volatility in the market, and those periods are shown by the help of these black crosses. So when we have black crosses, it tells us that we have a very low volatility in the market. In other words, the market is in a squeeze and it's ready for an explosive move up or down. And when we get white cross, it tells us that we have significant increased volatility in one direction. In other words, they show a squeeze release, or it said squeeze fired. And to know which direction we have increased volatility, we use the directional component of this indicator, I mean the histogram. So when we have white cross and the histogram is above zero and green, it tells us that the price is advancing. And when the histogram is below zero and red, it tells us that the price is declining. When the histogram is light green, it shows the upside momentum is increasing. And when it becomes dark green, it shows the upside momentum is weakening. But as long as the histogram is above zero, the upside momentum is considered to be greater than the downside momentum. And in times that the histogram is red, when it's light red, it shows the downside momentum is increasing, and when it becomes dark red, it shows that the downside momentum is weakening. But as long as the histogram is below zero, the downside momentum is greater than the upside momentum. Of course, this analysis of momentum change is for the times that the market is not in a squeeze mode. John Carter suggested entering in a position when you get the first white cross after a black cross, and the direction of the position should be based on the histogram. So for example, here this is a signal for opening a long position. By taking our trading decisions only based on this indicator, we can encounter many false signals. Like for example, here you can see that after a long period of black crosses, here we got the first white cross, the histogram is green, so we would enter a long position here. But as you can see, this was the last advancing of the price before reversal, and the advancing of the price was short. In practice, you may manage to make a good profit out of this, but we want to decrease our risk as much as possible and take only the trading signals that can provide larger movements of the price. For this purpose, we need to add another indicator, which is WADA Auto Explosion version 2, this one, which is written by someone named Cheyenne KM. Alright, this is the indicator, and it's one of the powerful and very accurate indicators that generates perfect buy-sell signals. But here we're going to use it for confirming the signals that we get from this indicator. First, let's go to the settings of the indicator. Here in the style tab, let's change the color of dead zone line to white, and let's increase the opacity to 100%. And for the explosion line, let's increase the opacity to 100% and decrease the thickness, and let's make its color yellow. And then here in the inputs tab, we decrease the sensitivity to 100 so the indicator will be less sensitive to very short-term fluctuations in the market. Alright, this indicator also provides information on both of momentum and volatility. The histogram gives us information on momentum in a similar way to this histogram, and this yellow and white lines give us information about volatility. The white dotted line is dead zone line and the yellow line is explosion line. When we have the histogram above both of dead zone line and explosion line, it can show a strong advancing or declining of the price in the market, and the direction can be found by the help of the histogram color. This indicator is a kind of provides similar information like this. When the bars are below the dead zone line, it shows flat and non-trending market, and when the bars crosses above the dead zone line and also the explosion line, it can show a strong movement in the market. I have a complete guide to this indicator. The link is also placed in the description. Just make sure you watch it later so you learn how you can effectively interpret this powerful indicator. Alright, everything is already set on the chart, and before we start the strategy, please give this video a like, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. Alright, when we get the first white cross, which actually happens after a period of black crosses, and in this situation the histogram is green, it tells us that we have a buy signal. To confirm the buy signal, we use this indicator. The bar should be green and it must be above the dead zone line and also the explosion line. So this buy signal here is confirmed, and we can enter a long position based on this signal here when the new candle is opened. And this is a successful trade, and as you can see, the price advanced after that to around this point. Here again, after a long period of black crosses, we got a white cross. The histogram is green, so it's a buy signal, but this indicator doesn't confirm because the bar is below the dead zone line, and it correctly guided on this, because if we entered a long position here, it would definitely end up in loss unless you close your position earlier. Here, after these black crosses, we got a white cross. The histogram is red, so it's a sell signal, but this indicator doesn't confirm because the bar is below the dead zone line. Here again, after the black crosses, we got a white cross, but this indicator doesn't confirm, and it's correctly doing it. If we didn't have this indicator, we would enter a short position here, which would definitely end up in loss. After these black crosses, here we got white cross. The histogram is green, so it's a buy signal, and this indicator confirms the buy signal because the bar is green and is above the dead zone line and explosion line. So based on this signal, we can enter a long position here as this new candle is opened. And this trade is also a successful trade, as you can see. Moving on the chart, here we got a white cross after a period of black crosses. The histogram is red, so it's a sell signal, and this indicator confirms because we have a red bar and it's above the explosion line and the dead zone line. So we can enter a short position based on this signal here when this new candle is opened. And this trade is also a profitable trade where the price declined to this point. Moving on the chart, here we got a white cross after a period of black crosses. The histogram is green, so it's a buy signal, and this indicator also confirms the buy signal because the bar is green and above the dead zone line and explosion line. So based on this signal, in practice we would enter a long position here as this new candle was opened, and this trade is also a profitable trade, as you can see. Here again we got a white cross. The histogram is green, so it's a buy signal, and this indicator confirms the buy signal, and based on this signal we would enter a long position here at the opening price of this candle. But as you can see, this trade would end up in loss because after that the price declined and hitting our stop loss. And this is the important point that you must pay attention. There is no trading strategy with 100% win rate buy sell signals, and losing trades are always part of the game, and you need to manage your risk properly. There is a risk management strategy that is called 1% rule, and it's a perfect choice for short-term trading. I have a complete guide on this. The link is also placed in the description, and I highly recommend you to watch it because risk management is one of the key factors to your trading success. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.